money out. Come on, Andy Ruiz and him.
We've
It's a
already
great
got the
fight,
money
yeah.
already.
Yeah.
We offered him what? How much we offered him? 6 million
Something like that, 5,
2
6
years
million,
ago or
yeah.
something.
Big fight. Big fight. But, hopefully the WBC listen to the requests to put Tyson Fury into recess and make Dillian Whyte world champion. I mean, I think that's,
Hopefully.
we'll see what happens.
What's good, family? Smash the like button and subscribe. So we just heard there from Dillian, the belt snatcher, Whyte. But now, on a serious note, of all the things to snatch, I would love for Dillian Whyte to snatch Tyson Scary's belt. Now, we just heard there from Dillian Eddie Hearn. They say they've put in some sort of order to... I don't know what they call it, but essentially they've applied to the WBC. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but like I said, essentially they've applied through some sort of process to appeal to the WBC to strip Tyson Scary and turn him into champion in recess and give the belt to Dillian Whyte. Now, I don't know about you, man, but listen, that ain't never going to work, not in my opinion. I'm not sure about how this process... I'm not even sure what this process even is. And I wish the level of journalism was better, because... Not even journalism. I just wish the level of IQ was higher. Because Kugan Cassius heard them say that, and being as goofy as he is, all he wants is cheap, petty drama. Why didn't he follow up and say, Eddie, that sounds kind of... brief. What order is this you've put? You know what I mean? What is this you put through with the WBC? Because I've never heard of this. Have you, man? What is this that you've put through that can? What process is this that you're going through now with the WBC, where you've appealed to them to strip a champion? What is that? Oh, we don't know, because Kugan was too busy shilling and joking around. Kugan, or maybe some fans do, to be fair, because some of you fans are goofy like that. But me personally, I don't care about your little SHIT jokes with Dillian about whatever else. Just don't care. I find it tacky. It was funny the first 10 times. For me, it's a bit dead now, especially when, fair enough, if you're just doing another dead video and there's nothing really being said, fine. But when there's specifics being said, quite big things, like, oh, we've put in an order to strip Tyson Scary, with the WBC, with appeal to strip Tyson Scary, I'd love to know more about that. But instead, we got all the jokey, oh, yeah, oh, mate, yeah, we're mates, mate, and all this kind of stuff. Shocking. Truth be known, truly shocking. Because us fans ain't got a clue what's going on, still, to this day, a year later. I wouldn't even mind, maybe Ed Hearn would have shut it down and said, well, we can't go into details, but still, at least ask. Shit. Whoops. But, listen. End of the day, I'm not sure what appeal they've put in. Truth be known, it ain't going to do nothing. Because if the WBC was following any sort of logic, they would have stripped, or better yet, they would have at least put a little bit of pressure on Tyson Fury. There would have been something that went out, when Tyson Fury pulled out, bearing in mind the belt had already been inactive. By July 24th, when they were supposed to fight Wilder, that belt had already been inactive for 18 months on that point. Yeah? At that point, their belt's been inactive for 18 months, and Tyson Fury's just pulled out. They should have said, listen, Fury, you have 90 days to defend this belt. If not, you will be stripped. They didn't do that, which essentially means, despite their belt being inactive for 20 months, they've put nothing in place. They've essentially given Fury a key to the castle and said, do as you please. So the fact that that's the case, the fact that MTK have bought WBC out, and the WBC is at the whim of MTK. This appeal has absolutely no chance, because if they was going to do anything, if the WBC was going to do anything at all, it would have been done when Fury pulled out. Now I get the argument, well, YB, maybe WBC didn't know, and maybe this action will prompt them. No, it won't. If the this process has been going on for about 4 years. If the WBC was going to be prompted, they would have been already, wouldn't they? Let's call a spade here. Because the WBC had no problem ordering Tyson Fury off of his layoff. He'd fought no top 10s. They ordered him straight in as mandatory for Wilder. They had no problem ordering Dominic Bumzeel as mandatory. They had no problem denying Dillian Whyte versus Brazil, which was the fight which was supposed to happen before Wilder and Brazil manifested. Because the only reason Wilder versus Brazil came along was because Ortiz had to pull out because he got tested or something like that. He failed a test. Dillian was supposed to fight Brazil, but WBC said, "Oh well, Wilder needs an opponent. Get rid of Dillian and throw Brazil in." They could have easily done it the other way, but because Wilder wanted Brazil and not Dillian, so be it. But essentially, WBC is absolutely corrupt, and on that basis, this appeal ain't gonna do nothing unless it's in the court, which it's not. And that's why I don't really, for a while, as I explained in my last Dillian Whyte video, for a while, I was frustrated with Dillian, but now, the way Dillian, he just seems like a bit of a sideman now. I mean, I've got another video coming soon about Dillian. Dillian, also an IFL TV interview. He had an interview after this one. There was 2 interviews he did with IFL TV. One was with Eddie, one was with his own. This one was with Eddie. The other one, he was on his own, and he said, "Oh, I can't get into it, but me and my team, and I can't really say what I want to say because I do hold WBC belts, and I am working with the organisation." So I thought, you know what? You don't want to say anything because you're whatever with the belts and your team's doing things. Listen. Truth is, Dillian Whyte, you should be saying everything. You should have them in court. But the fact you just said to the fans that you don't want to say anything against WBC and you don't want to rock the boat, that tells me that you're really not that bothered, are you? And like I said, that shows me you're just a bit of a sideman. Because if you wasn't a sideman, you'd be airing it out. And if you wasn't a sideman, you'd have aired it out and dumped that crap belt anyway. But you ain't. What have you done? You've stayed on the side. Where did you man think this term sideman came from? You ain't the main man, you ain't got the belt. You're a sideman. WBC, you are a top 5 heavyweight. And relatively commercial. So it helps the WBC having someone of your stature just sitting on the side. No one else would allow that. They'd say, you know what, I'm worth more than being an eternal sideman. And they'd move on. And or they'd push it to the court. They'd sue. You haven't sued. We've seen people sue before. Lennox Lewis actually sued in a court, Dillian. You sit there, I don't know whether you're cheap, I don't know whether you're tight, I don't know whether you just like being a sideman. Whatever it is, you're on the side. No court case in 3 years. So like I said, I ain't got no sympathy for him. I couldn't care less. I think it's, in fact now, I actually see the funny side to it. I actually kind of like him being trolled. Or, equally, I can see the other part of things where likely they're all working together. I think maybe Dillian's getting some money in his pocket from MTK. All I know is he ain't kicking up that much of a fuss. And we just heard from him there. Oh, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing about the WBC. So what is it then, Dillian? Do you really want this, or are you really being wronged or not? Because I'm confused. Normally, or historically, when Dillian feels he's really being wronged, everyone hears about it. But you stay quiet. So like I said, number 1, you're a sideman. Number 2, you're going along to get along. You've been paid off, or you're all working together on some weird goofy thing, some weird fruity goofy thing. Because I don't get this. Oh, we've put an appeal into WBC to strip Fury and make Dillian champion. Are you serious? Who are you kidding? And that's why I would have liked for Coogan to actually ask Eddie Hearn what the hell he's talking about. But equally, I know he's talking crap anyway. Because what is that? That for me is just fan fluff. Oh yeah, we're gonna. Because anyone with half a brain knows. What's that gonna do? Oh, we've appealed to WBC to strip Fury. Are you joking? And make Dillian champion. Who, out of all the people listening to this, how many of you, man, think that's ever gonna happen? I mean, at best, yeah. At best, I could see a situation where they strip Fury and then say Wilder versus Dillian for the belt. If, for example, Fury was to pull out again in October, which is a 40% chance of happening, if that does happen, then I can see maybe they do it then. But like I said, back in July 24th, I would have said maybe they'll do it then. They didn't do nothing. In fact, they didn't even make a sound. So truth be known, I can easily see a situation where, again, he pulls out in October and they don't say nothing. Because they are paid. MTK is paying a lot of people. We've just seen Michelle Joy Phelps. Yeah, don't forget that. Tyson Fury came out and announced that, Michelle Joy Phelps is working with, he's got a massive deal with his MTK now. It's all, trust me, they're taking over. They've got a lot of money to push through. No doubt. Got a lot of money to spread out. Yeah? So that's, at the moment, they're dominating boxing. And they're doing it with paper. That's what keeps everyone quiet. That's why I believe Eddie and Dillian Whyte have been on the side for 3 months. Because we know Eddie and MDK, it's all one big loosey-goosey family. And even when you look at the AJ situation with Fury, I'm not too sure what's going on there either. They all seem a bit too pally-pally for me, for my liking. I think they're all going along to get along. I think they're working as one big cabal, essentially. One big boxing cabal. Where no one really fights anyone and it's all a big circle jerk. Yeah? No doubt. So Dillian, you stay on the side. You stay whining, you stay crying. That's what you be doing. Because you ain't, and that's another thing as well, by the way. Dillian's next fight. Oh, it was going to be some bum on some card. Oh, we're going to fight Areola. Oh, wow. Dillian's down bad. He down bad. I'm sorry. How many times has Dillian fought this year? Oh, wait, no, he fought Povetkin, didn't he? When did he fight Povetkin? I'm not sure when he fought Povetkin, but whenever he fought him. Let's not forget this. Oh, but YB, he fought Povetkin. Don't forget that Povetkin was washed. Yeah? Let's not make out the Povetkin fight was a notch. That was a mistake. The first fight. So he didn't go forward fighting that fight, meaning that, okay, what's Dillian really done in the last 2 years? Apart from get iced by Povetkin. Okay, you got iced by Povetkin. What have you done since? And I'm not blaming it all on Dillian, but it kind of gets to the point where you ain't taking no one to court, and that's what really I'm getting at here. Why ain't no one been taken to court yet? If you're that serious about what you're talking about. Are you being paid? I think you're being paid, Dillian, truth be known. And if you're being paid, come out and be honest. Listen, guys, truth be known, I'm not really fussed about WBC. We've got some outside deals we can't really talk about, but I just want the fans to know, don't worry about it, I'm nice. That's what you need to do. Stop trying to string the fans along like you're that guy, like you're that serious, because you ain't. For the first year or two, I allowed it and said, you know what, whatever. But now it's kind of like, well, where's the court then? Isn't it? Because you can make a civil case for anything. You can make a civil case for anything at all. If your neighbour's dog craps on your lawn, you can make a civil case. No doubt. Dillian's got big team behind him, big backing, and in it. And don't forget as well, a belt in itself is worth a lot of money. So don't tell me you can't put 100 grand in for some lawyers. If you believe you've really got a case, which you allegedly do, but you ain't done nothing. So stay fighting random mid-tier bums like I like Areola. What Areola did to Andy Ruiz was stellar, but still, he ain't the top flight. Is that Dillian's fault he can't get a top flight? I don't know. I don't really care either at this point. But I do find it suspect that, I know, to be fair, AJ does have belts, so I guess it makes it a bit easier, but people don't want to see Dillian versus Areola, especially when Dillian's only fought once this year. That ain't, oh, we're going to put a big fight on. Oh, yeah? What fight is that then? I just feel, I'm sure there must be someone better than that. There's got to be some better opponent than Areola. Wow.